Unicorn. Hello, if somebody's there. Doesn't look like it. Okay, cool. I think I already got that person. I'm just pretty much tagging everybody. Hello, whoever's there. You get bored? Well, just stand by again. You could start inviting your friends and inviting your enemies here, and then I wouldn't have to spend so much time pressing on all these little faces. So, get it together. Hot diggity dog. I gotta invite hot diggity dog. Well, and hopefully, when I get done doing this in a couple clicks here, you'll have something to say. Hello, people. Uncle Birch coming to you live from New Orleans. I see that there's a lot of you here already. Normally, I would shout out your name as you come in. I just don't know if I can do that right now because I'm still clicking on these things, man. What is it? Heck? No. There's the corporate hermeticist. All right, what the hell's Jane's name now? All right, I'm trying to invite Jane. Hopefully she'll find it. If I forget, Heck Jane, something like that. Uncle Birch coming live from New Orleans. Just got back from Hex Fest, a weekend of witchery in the French Quarter. All kinds of fun and fabulous times. Heart Cross, how are you? And and controversy and intrigue too. Like, we had a TikTok witch track down a TikTok witch that they were in a fight with and lurk around the Bourbon Orleans Hotel to have a fight with the other TikTok witch. However, upon seeing the other TikTok witch in person, it turned out that the first TikTok witch that wanted to start a fight was just a keyboard warrior. Well, go figure. You talk all that crap that you're gonna, do all this stuff to somebody, you see him in person, and you don't roll up. And then, me calling that out got my other account in some hot water, and it got actually a permaban, but it wasn't permanent. It was like a couple hours, and I got it back. But we're staying over here till that one gets out of hot water. So if you're new here, be sure to follow me at Uncle Birch 4 as well. You can follow Uncle Birch 2, but I can't get into that account for the longest time from one of the times that they banned me, but I see that the account actually exists out there. So I don't know if you want to see some old school Uncle Birch, what I was teaching a couple of years ago on TikTok or ranting about or whatever, then you can do that. Stu, how are you? God, I can't read them fast enough. Yes, and so if you're new here, what we do is we have people tap that like, just keep tapping that like, because we get controversial, and then the haters, well, they'll try and hate, and if we got more love than they can hate, they can't do nothing. Keisha, how are you? Doing good, playing Skyrim and listening to it live. That actually sounds kind of interesting. We're sitting here sweating. I was just looking at the weather report, and they seem to think that temperature's going to drop tonight. And at some point, get down to like 79.
I was going to check that.
I mean, when I use the air conditioning, I set up for 79. I don't want it too damn cold, but wow, the numbers are just going up and down. It's weird. If you want to talk about something, you can throw it in there, or if you want to get on camera and talk about something, there's some sort of thing. Wait a minute, do I need to do that again? Hold on. Panel grid. Layout stays the same.
Yeah, 79 at 7 a.m.
Wow.
That's just mind-boggling that that's even possible.
That's going to be epic.
Yeah.
Okay, now how do I... Okay, So I go here to that. And I'm sorry, people.
We might have to
messing with things.
fornicate to stay warm.
Yeah, I totally get it. But I don't want the grid layout. I mean, if I get a bunch of guests in here, we run out of room, then I can go to the grid layout. Yeah, I was liking that when people were over on the side there. But, if we get more than 4, then I switch layouts. We can do like 8 now, apparently. Talk about the Night of the Long Knives. I just had to make a video about that. Somebody accused me of quoting Hitler. And I can't imagine why I would do that unless I was, talking about something that he said that was really fucked up. But the Night of the Long Knives wasn't a quote from Hitler. It was a quote from the media. It's what they called a night where he had all of his political enemies taken out in one night. And it was called the Night of the Long Knives by the press. Stalin did similar things. And, I wasn't even paying attention. I was probably asleep. And I woke up these videos of all the problematic creators in this one faction having their accounts taken down in one night. And I said, whoa, it's like the Night of the Long Knives, man. Somebody out there was busy. It wasn't us. I don't know. I wasn't involved. I don't play like that anyways. But it's an accurate description historically of what happened here. It was a TikTok Night of the Long Knives. And all, some of the worst people got their accounts taken down. And since all of those worst people have been involved in taking my accounts down, I had to laugh about that. I think that was funny. Hey, Bree. Hey, Uncle B. Hey, Marta.
Hey.
Attitude Caffeinated.
Oh, hey.
Book of Shadows. Hey, how are you? Dice Connor, how are you? Diane. I've been slacking on saying hi to people. I usually can't keep that up for the whole show, but in the beginning, I like to say hi to people. Yeah, so thank you for continuing to like, because there's a lot of controversial stuff going on. A lot of controversial people want to, get in my lives, and we talk about that stuff because, I'm not afraid of any subject. And so we do that, and there's been a lot of that going on. So I imagine that would come up, and that will bring the haters out, and then the haters will try and take down the line. But if you give us more love than they can give us hate, we win. Hashtag winning. Marta and Uncle, hey, Lux Lady Crystal, twice in one day. How are you? I want to thank you for your Spartan speech, but for witches. Cool. Which one was that? Because I want to give a Spartan speech, absolutely. But which one qualifies for that? What was I talking about? They claim we are energy vampires, but love feeding into it. Well, don't hate the player, hate the game. If you're going to be sending me energy, I'm going to take it. Stop sending. No, don't stop sending. I'm taking it all the way to the bank. Send more. Send more. Hate. I will a thing to be. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. If I could go back far enough on my YouTube videos where I teach sigil magic, that's the thing we make the sigil out of, the sentence, I will a thing to be. And I probably use that every time I teach sigil magic. So probably in several classes I've done that too. But I was impassioned for that particular speech, so I'm glad you felt it. Good. Super empowering. Yes, and it should be, but still, how many witches were giving me excuses and calling me an elitist and all that after that speech where I was just trying to get them to do better, be better, have a better life, stop sabotaging themselves. It's bad enough when regular people sabotage themselves, but when you start using your words to create change in the external world, you take on a whole new level of responsibility. You got to watch what you say. Watch what you let yourself think, man. Cancel. Delete. And let your shadow be up in there talking shit at you. Gonna just mess your life up because that's all the shadow wants, really. Once you stay the same, shadows are conservative, I guess. They're afraid of change. Oh, I should write that. That's a good one. Shadows are conservatives. They're afraid of change. Absolutely. I agree with you, Uncle Birch. Well, thank you, Uncle Birch. Hello. I thought somebody else knew was there. Chicky. Tiny. It's in a bad angle here. I don't have a solid black shirt. I need to go like this. There we go. Lux Crystal. Oh, you're liking the lives. Thank you. Thank you all for continuing to like the lives. But yeah, that's all that's about. This shit, it's programming. It's programming. You, all y'all out there, you're programmed. You're programmed by the media. You're programmed by society. You're programmed by your parents from a very early age. And it's the type of programming that debilitates you, puts you down, makes you feel unempowered. You're not in control of a damn thing. And then the media gets a hold of you, and then the media programs you, and they program you to feel less than. I'm less pretty. I'm too fat. My car isn't cool enough. My house isn't cool enough. I don't have cool clothes. And you repeat those things over and over. And you're doing that to yourself. And the reason they're programming is so you buy more stuff. It's a constant program to just keep you consuming more than you'll ever need, which causes most of the problems we have here in the first place and leads us back into the shitty candles conversation that started all that off. When people keep telling me, I can't, I'm too poor, all this stuff, you gotta say, cancel. Cancel that. Don't let that go off into the universe. You gotta ground that shit down, man. Bind down that word not wanted. Make magic happen. But then it's these people, those kind of people that can't take that message, they're controlled by their shadow. And I'm not joking about that. The shadow is a conservative. It doesn't like change. It's afraid of change. If you hit on something in your life that's going to change your life for the better, the shadow will react by lashing out. The shadow will react by putting you down, keeping you down, telling you what you cannot do because it doesn't want change. Once the misery is inflicted on your life, it wants to stay there. You cannot banish the shadow. You cannot bind it. You cannot do anything, but you can cancel it out. You can learn to recognize the frequency of its voice and just say, nah, fuck you. Cancel. Not listening to you. It's always going to be there. But we are programmed to our demise. It would behoove us to take the reins and not the ride. Program yourself, reprogram yourself. I have a whole series of that on YouTube. Mind Control 101. I think there's 3 classes in that. And it's about controlling your own mind so it's not controlled by those bent on your demise. Well, I'm ranting over here. Somebody's wanting to get in the box. And it's Bree. Feeling it. Are you feeling it? Are you not entertained? Bree, on camera this time. How's it going?
It's going good.
People get so mad when I want them to do better, be better, and start shitting on themselves. They want to be shitting on themselves. And it's like, all right, how's that working out for you? So,
I'm actually sitting here witching. And
go figure.
I think Bramble had asked in the questions, how and when did we know Mindy was lying? That was a long time ago. We knew a long time ago.
I think I knew it right away. You know,
Yeah.
the whole Baihu Bruja persona, just it rang wrong. There's body language. When you're a cop, they teach you how to tell when people are lying. And people do the same thing when they're looking at a camera. Their eyes move certain ways. They're touching their nose, doing a little nervous, twitchy thing. They look away when they say certain words. So I feel like I always thought she was lying, but her lies seemed harmless and it wasn't my business. So I didn't, butt heads with it. Turn the other way.
Well, I believe people come into our life, because I have questioned this myself, why are we the recipient of all of this, unnecessary drama? Um, well, number one is because we can handle it.
I've got one.
Okay.
Because I say things they've never been taught.
Yeah.
But I do that because I don't want to teach people what's already been taught. If there's like a common craft thing that everybody's already doing, I'm not going to repeat that. Just go do that thing, and then here's this thing you never thought about regarding that thing.
Yeah.
I'll help you do that thing. And people get it's an ego trip. I remember when first time that happened to me on Facebook, it was she called herself a high priestess, and she was I think 14 years old. Now, I might have been able to pull that off, but she definitely wasn't a high priestess, and she felt very challenged by a thing that I taught that she'd never heard of about nature abhorring a vacuum, and just laid into me. And so I let her have her explosion, laid back and watched the text, and eventually somebody said, "Well, how'd you become a high priestess?" And she said, "Well, a friend of mine's a high priestess," and I asked her if I could be a high priestess, and she said, "Okay." That was it.
Wow.
Initiation.
And you know what? There's nothing wrong with being a novice witch. There's nothing wrong with being a witch for 3 days or 30 years. You said this yourself. There's nothing wrong with it.
No.
Just don't lie about if you put it out there.
Don't be
I've been a witch for 3 days.
Yeah.
Well, good on you.
Especially, you know what? If you come out here and you really are, I hate the word, a baby witch.
I don't like it either.
Yeah, I'm not going to jump on you right away. I'm going to try and help you. It might be harsh, might use harsh words. I'm going to try and help you and have your back. Because it's the jungle out here. But if you got to come out here and tell me, you've been in it for 20 years and you've been in it for a week or something, well, I'm like, all right, they probably know how to handle themselves. They got this. They got it. So be honest. I am oath bound to help people on the path.
Oath bound. That is something that we don't talk a lot about.
Yes.
And we should. Whether you're initiated, your ancestors, your family traditions, and so forth, there's a reason why we work in silence, and there's a reason why our circles are kept small. Mm-hmm. And you can't be out here dealing in misinformation and hurting people for what? Because you want to be something? Well, go be that. Yeah. Buy yourself some books. Take some classes.
That's the thing. If you are all that because you made somebody feel less than all that, and that's what it takes for you to be all that, you ain't all that. That's not true arrogance. You should just be that badass because you're that badass. Nobody has to be less badass for you to be badass.
Yep.
That's
doesn't take away from your badass.
That's right. Doesn't take away from your badass.
Because no one witch knows it all or does it all.
That's right.
And all you have to do is have a conversation with an individual, and you have an idea of what level they're at. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of people out here that know way more astrology than I do. I'm not a card reader.
If I run into a new witch out here, I'm going to teach them how to protect themselves first thing. Because it's a jungle, and they may not understand what they have dipped their toe into.
Yeah.
Libraries have lots of materials.
Yes, they do. Correct.
It depends on where you are, too. I mean, maybe the digital stuff's hard to get, but libraries that actually carry books, the Christians have been organizing all across the country to steal witchcraft books from libraries for 20 years now, since I first heard about it. But I haven't been to a library in a while. I don't know how many actual books they have.
Yeah.
Did I hear right? Did Lucky also threaten Bree and Stormy? Probably, but did she, Bree?
Yeah. They've all threatened me.
Oh.
They've all threatened me. Like Mindy, if you look on her YouTube channel, I'm all over her YouTube channel. She is absolutely obsessed with me. And here's the thing about Mindy. All you have to do is let her talk and she tells on herself. She flat out had screenshots of me on been verified. Well, that lets you know she admits to running a background check on me.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. And then she posted that fake voter registration thing. I saw that. I don't know if she posted that. The first thing I saw was you showing your actual voter registration card. Then I saw her, so I don't know which came first. The chicken
Right.
or the shit.
She made mine after. But so what she's doing is she tells on herself a lot.
Yeah.
She tells on herself a lot, and all you have to do is listen to her. And it's coming. The end is coming.
I know probably a lot of people were at work, and we talked about this before. So just let me tell you, right before I received a DM from Seabiscuit, who used to be Ursula, saying that she was at the Bourbon Orleans Hotel, and Bree was lucky that she didn't kick her ass when she saw Bree. I was sitting down for breakfast with Bree just moments after I got that, and handed her my phone. And I'll tell you what, Bree was not scared. Bree was not scared. Bree got all uppy. Bree started organizing bail money, and it was like, okay, if you go first, they get you. I'll hold the bail money. I'll get you out.
Into the cup.
And then her partner Mo got all up. Oh no, we'll fuck you up. And then likewise, so did everybody at the table. So there was like a whole mob at that point, all worked up about it.
I don't even remember that. I must have been like drinking my Bloody Mary.
Well, and that's the thing. Marta's not spending time on TikTok. She's not invested in half of these people. She only knows about them through, she hears it in the background. Has to ask me, who's that? And I got to tell her, that's the Snowflake Witch.
Do we
that's
like
the
her?
one you wrote
Do we
the song
not like
about.
Her, depending on who it is.
I wouldn't say she wrote the song about, Snowflake Witch. She just made it up out of her head because she's funny that way. Each time Mindy tells the same lie, it's a new individual that it starts with. Yeah, I remember I was the focus, and then today on her YouTube, I had to go there to see the newest thing, but a lot of stuff about Brie, a lot of stuff about Candy, saying Candy sells herself on the internet for $5. It's like I'm sure she gets more than that, and she's not selling herself, but it's jealousy because she can't do it. She can't do it.
Can't do it.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And then I don't know what's up with the rug burn. You ever notice that? I like rug burn on her chin and her nose. Last several videos, looks like somebody slid her across the carpet.
I'm going to say no comment on that.
Oh, apparently that happens when you get hit by a folding chair, Marta's telling me.
In that Alabama brawl,
video.
Alabama brawl. Chair had a red nose and a red chin. Like at her mugshot had it.
All right, well, if anybody wants to jump in these boxes, I got 4, and then if that fills up, we'll switch the format. I think it says I get 8 now. I think that's better than my other account. I don't think I get that many, but
I wish you guys didn't leave already. That was really short.
I know, not enough time.
Well, next time
next time come when it's not so fucking hot.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll tell you, I would really like to come for St. Patty's.
Okay, St. Patty's is big.
Yeah.
Big
Mardi Gras is too big for me. I think that's too much. Yeah. But I'm down for
Mardi Gras is too much for us too.
Yeah.
Halloween is good. St. Patty's is good.
Yeah, that might motivate us to clean out the guest room.
Yeah.
Takes what it takes. Book Shadows 4.0's coming in.
Which is cooler? Halloween or St. Patty's?
I would rather come on Halloween
Amazing.
personally.
Yeah. But Halloween here, like
Yeah.
right down the street. I was just showing this to Sasha the other day. There's this giant, you know, one of those 12-foot tall skeletons hanging out of somebody's yard.
Nice.
It's still up, but it's got
Yeah.
Mardi Gras beads on it. So like when, you know, it was a skeleton, and then it was a Mardi Gras skeleton, and then, you know, then it'll be a St. Patty's skeleton.
Yeah.
And I've seen plenty of like skull and crossbone wreaths still on the door. Most of the Halloween decorations in our neighborhood are still up. They just kind of changed the theme on them a little bit and just keep it going.
Yeah.
That's one way to do it. That's recycling at its finest. I love that.
Your eyes out for Damien Eccles. I know he's around here. Never met him. I actually was involved.
He was down in Hollywood when we were
I actually was pretty involved in the group trying to get him freed back in the day. When with the L7 album came out, the Boys in Black, still a cool song. Glad they finally got out, followed the case a lot, because, you know, the kids convicted. I mean, that guy, the other ones I don't really know about, but Damien Eccles was convicted because he wrote like Aleister Crowley stuff on his tennis shoes in high school. Or
Well,
whatever.
all three of them got a raw deal.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I've been in his Patreon for 3 years. Right on. Well, I don't know. I'd give him a shout if I could. We were living in Hollywood when his book came out.
Yep.
I was going to go to the book signing at that record store. I always forget the big.
Amoeba.
Amoeba Records, and it was just the amount of cars and the lack of parking was too insane. Never made it to leave Christmas decorations. They don't leave Christmas decorations up that much. They do go up around Christmas. I mean, this town celebrates everything. One time there was a pothole opened up on Canal Street in the month of May, and a parade ensued. Well, you can Google Sinkhole de Mayo and you'll find everything I'm talking about. There was a party and a parade around the thing. So,
damn, that's awesome.
What's up?
So, Book of Shadows, what can I call you besides BOS?
Oh, my name is Jen.
Jen. Yeah, I see you a lot on TikTok. So, hello.
Oh yeah, me and the Christians really got a love-hate relationship shit going on.
Boy, you fire off at them.
F them and their shit. You know what I'm saying? Sorry about the language, but I was like, you know, the whole my shirts were an issue. I'm like, yeah, let me do a video where my tits really hanging out. Take that and shove that right back up in your sunshine hole. Oh, I make it my mission in life to piss them off. They come at me, I'm coming back right back at them.
Absolutely. I mean, that's, you know, the situation we've been in with these folk we keep talking about comes about. They attacked. I responded. They played victim. As I always say, you know, if you make the attack, and I usually let somebody draw first blood, you do not get to complain when I burn your crops and salt your earths and nothing ever grows again. I will tenfold. I believe in the tenfold law of vengeance. I don't believe in the threefold law at all.
Oh yeah, anytime I've done a reply video to one of them, they do that kind of like burn in hell witch, and I'm like, that's the best you got? I was like, all right. Clearly you're new to my channel, I said, because you don't understand how I work over here. I was like, let me throw it back at you. And they were just like, well, I'm going to report you. I was like, go right the fuck ahead. I'll keep coming back.
What would you call your practice? What do you practice?
I do baneful magic.
Straight up. I don't.
Yeah, it's just that person that really does.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe that.
You have to
Indeed.
do yourself.
I was once a very forgiving person, and for the longest time, you know, I would let somebody totally fuck me over once, sometimes twice, before I did anything about it. And then eventually I learned to do this spell on the unknown enemy. And I was shocked at the people that would just literally fall. This one guy kept having heart attacks every time I did it. And he was like my right-hand man, who allegedly had my back all the time. And it's like every time I did this thing, he'd have a heart attack. And I just go, wow, really? Et tu brutai? Brutii? How do you say it? And it was always the people that fell were people I really had trusted. So I really needed to learn a lot.
It's too
On, I think it's et tu brute, or is it brutii?
no, it's
Brute. Okay.
do you want to know what it is?
Well, you
or
said it
you
with a
just gonna
question.
ask?
You said it with a question mark.
That's
So
because
let's
the thing has it's a question, right?
Oh, okay.
Question.
Okay. But yeah, like it was like that. It was always somebody that I had trusted and maybe let slide a few times, and then I had to learn not to do that. And like I said, Bree didn't get to make it to my workshop. Witches are my people. A long time ago, in ancient Greece and ancient Rome, we were considered a race. And as such, they tried to wipe out the race. It was the offspring of the Titans. And they didn't want the offspring of the Titans to exist. And there came the first laws against our kind. And whatever your color is, if you're practicing witchcraft, magic, that kind of thing, I consider us of the same race. Having said that, I love y'all. You're my witches, and I don't trust a motherfucking one of you. Because I know if I ever slight you, or if I ever make you feel less than, or disempowered, or something like that, you're gonna throw. Even if you call yourself a Wiccan, it's gonna fucking happen, because that's the nature of the people we are. So, best just not piss each other off, I guess.
Well, remember that one guy? I don't know if he came. I don't know. He may have come on all your the guy that said, "Oh, if witches are real, prove it." I was like, "Do you really want to test that theory? Truly? Let's go."
I just stopped hearing about that guy, so I don't know what happened.
I think you just said it. Nobody's heard anything from him. And it was definitely, he was rage farming, and he was clout chasing, and he just wanted an attention. And, the thing about witches, we all have ancestors. We all have spirit guides. And some work with goddess and gods. So you never know who's backing who, so yeah,
our DNA is still mixed. You could be attacking somebody that's a distant cousin you don't know about.
yeah.
Yep.
So,
who created a fake TikTok account on Wendy? I'm not sure. Anybody know that answer?
that was Bad Day Witch.
Okay.
That was Gina Rella, Wicked. Yeah.
Okay,
and some of the other minions that I've chosen to ignore.
Probably a good call.
See, that whole thing with everything on Witchtok going on with everybody, doing all that group of people doing all this crazy stuff. I said, you know what? I don't ever pick sides, truly, because I try to stay out of it. But something. Oh no.
Well, ma'am, let me tell you something. By the sheer fact of you coming on this live, you just put a target on your back. So
that's fine. I got a special something.
Screen recording right now. Well,
that's fine.
Always said, back when I was a kid, late 70s, early 80s, getting into this stuff, there was always witch wars. But back then, I think a lot of them seemed for more serious reasons. We didn't have an internet. So unless somebody, sent you a nasty letter in the mail, this kind of distant shit didn't happen. But there was, far fewer of this, or far less of this shit going on, because we recognized that the church was still out there, out to get us, and had been out to get us for thousands of years. Now, in these dark days, we have Christian nationalism. We have people taking away the rights of same-sex couples based on their strongly held religious belief, taking out women's reproductive rights. Again, their strongly held religious beliefs, and now it's abortion too. Again, for their strongly held religious beliefs, and now they're talking about making it a Christian country. Nobody ever had the balls to just even say that for a second. Now they repeat it with their whole fucking chest that the Bobert, this country is supposed to be the church ruling the country. It's like, no, that was the problem. That was a problem. The Church of England was the state. It was run by the king, and that was our problem. The first time that happened with King James, when he took over and made his own fucking church and rewrote the goddamn Bible, he mistranslated Malefica and Benefica, where it used to say, thou shalt suffer, and it said, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. He did that on purpose because he had issues with us. But that's part of the reason that this country, the USA, was formed in the first place. We didn't like the fact that the church was the state. It didn't work out if you weren't in the church.
That's true. No, you're absolutely 100%. 100%.
I mean, the founding fathers were definitely fucked up for a great many things, but the idea they had was more about freedom from religion rather than freedom of religion.
Yeah.
That's what they were fleeing.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, lots of good
Well, like
rings.
my one friend, Flowing Strength, said, she said, we got these new form of Christians now. They're called the TikTok Christians. I was like, oh, God, if there's any branch of Christianity I hate worse, it's those evangelistic
Absolutely.
TikTok. Burn them all with fire. Burn them with fire.
Anybody else wants to jump in the boxes? We got 2 open here, and if those fill up, I'll change the format and give us more open boxes. Uncle Bert's coming to you live from New Orleans. Bree over here in Florida. Book of Shadows is where?
I am in Orange County, New York here.
Orange County, New York.
I'm about 2 hours north of New York City.
Kind of East Coast, Gulf Coast kind of vibe going on here. So maybe some of you West Coast people are in there. You can jump in. It's hot.
So, Bert,
Been hot.
Bert, in your experience, how long? I know how long, but I want. How long can a witch war go on?
Forever.
Sometimes till one of them perishes. Everybody should know I teach magical warfare, of course, at gumroad.com/wishskewl. And one of my more sought after classes, I'm not even sure if it's up there yet, but magical warfare crushed the enemy. When you have an embittered enemy and you bloodied their nose, you need to finish the job, or they will regain their strength and come back. Like I always say with Nazis, the only way to deal with Nazis, knock them down, put boot to head, and repeat till they stop moving, and then 2 more. And then you're done.
Yeah. Very true.
Yeah.
Hey, you little rugrat.
And sometimes, sometimes not so much. Like I went, when we were closing up when I realized that I was making my living off the internet, which had been the goal in the first place, and using a lot of that money to keep my brick and mortar witch store open in Santa Cruz, which I had for 20 years. It was time to close up shop and travel around the country, which, made it so we could just, like, when the time came, say, hey, why don't we move to New Orleans? Like, why the fuck not? They got internet there, right? So I fucking, we
They have houses, right?
we did that. I'm not sure what my, I trail
I
off.
would love to come down. I would love to live in like Cajun country, New Orleans. That's just such a magical place. Even though your spiders are the size of a Volkswagen, I would still do.
Most of the spiders I've seen so far are small. Hey, Eye of the Cat's here. Hey, Eye of the Cat. That's the witch school where I grew up back in the day. Oh, and there you go. And that's okay. So we got the West Coast, but I don't think she has 1,000 followers yet. You should follow the Eye of the Cat. I mean, it's a witch store I grew up with. Stuff, things, and have some products that they showed me this weekend that I've never seen. And I had just said there's nothing new under the sun in magic. And then my witch sister over here, Kelly, how to fuck that up. There is some stuff new. People are still innovating.
Well, I will definitely. I follow them. I will definitely go online.
I'm following them from this account. No, I'm not. Oh shit! Go ahead. Sorry. Schmear. It's called schmear.
Schmear.
It smears into your sigils that are carved on your candles.
Oh yeah.
Is it like kind of like almost a pasty like tar like?
Yeah.
We haven't
That's what it looks
worked with
like.
it yet.
I haven't worked with it yet, but yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, I've actually been seeing Riot Adams carve candles, and he has this little black gray tin, and it's a black like tar paste.
That's what that is?
Yeah, that's Riot Adams been doing that, and I'm like,
Oh,
yes. I'm like, people are gonna pick up on that. But you can make a paste. But yeah, I'm gonna check out Eye of the Cat.
Oh, Eye of the Cat says his stains. There's the
Yes.
charcoal, honey, molasses, I think, and that was in the comment. See, I've often done that without the schmear. Like, if I'm doing a money candle, I'm going to do the money magnet sigil on it because people have been charging that on the internet for a decade or two now. And it just gets more powerful every time somebody looks at it. And I'm going to dress the candle, with the oil, and then cinnamon or allspice. Sprinkle it right on the sigil, rub it into the sigil, rub off the excess, and the sigil just pops.
Yeah.
Right when the cinnamon in the sigils. You got to get crafty. They call it craft for a reason, kids. Some of these kids.
I got to get more crafty. I really do.
Practice. You've got to do it.
Yeah, I do. Like, I get creative with things, but I was doing like little things and candles the one day, and it's either me because I'm awkward, but it came out nice. Except I know it. I was like, "Where'd that red wax come from?" It's because I cut my finger. I was like, "Well, that was smooth," but hey, there you go.
There you go, some blood magic.
I did. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
The dog's like, "What Mom doing?" I was like, "Mom's cutting herself. We're fine."
Yeah. This is one of my favorite candles to work with on Positive Magic. It's a beeswax, and I unroll it and I stuff it.
Yeah, for all the people that whine about it, it's like, I can't make candles. Have you ever looked at rolled beeswax candles?
Yeah, I rolled these myself.
There's no mess, nothing.
I rolled these myself.
Yeah, you can totally do that. And you can roll stuff in the candle when you're rolling it up. So you don't have herbs all out on the outside of the candle falling off and stuff.
Yep. I got brown for grounding. I got white for my ancestors. Yep. And I got black for all purpose.
Keisha's in my witch school, right on. I think I know what class that is. Which is, of course, at gumroad.com/witch school. And the next level 1 in witch school will be starting September 1st, as well. Drum roll. Level 3. People have been waiting for years for a level 3. It's a long time coming. Level 1 is interesting because it starts in Hollywood. It's very noisy, a lot of traffic, helicopters going by. And by the end of the class, right in the backyard, we don't have this table here yet. I'm sitting over there or something like that. But towards the end of the class, we've moved to New Orleans, and that's where the class finishes up. So these other classes will start in New Orleans and hopefully end there too.
Yeah, you're feeding upon my enemies. You did that class in New Orleans, didn't you?
I believe. I think so, yes. And that is, it's an elaboration on my witch mother's concept. But back when this fight, the current one, first started, feeding on your enemies was selling like hotcakes. And those of you that don't know, for those who accuse me of rage farming, of psychic vampirism, well, that's because they're sending me this shit. I'm going to do something with that. Grounding is boring. Banishing it doesn't work because energy can't be banished. But transmutation, transformation, that we can do. With the magical warfare feeding on the enemy class. It's somewhere.com/.
Oh my God. You're
SKEWL.
too much.
uh,
Hey, Birch, can I
yeah,
show something?
you can have your enemies make your spells happen for you. Yes.
Can I show something? All right, guys. So I did take Birch's class, Feeding Upon My Enemies, and it's been very effective for me. And I'm not going to show you the whole thing. This is parchment paper.
Ooh.
And I use it over and over and over again. You take the class, you're going to want to use something like this. It's your it's your diagram that he teaches you parchment papers because of the candles. Birch
Ooh,
put
I
his
like
on an
them.
envelope, but hey, do what you got to do.
With a Sharpie, of course. Or actually, it's a magic
Yes.
marker.
Just like Trump.
Attitude caffeinated. Yeah, people that are in October level 2 definitely could get into level 3. Absolutely. But level 3 and level 2, they're not necessarily made to go in order or have to be in order. Level 2 is a lot of me giving you a lot of the materials that I was raised on in the beginning, and then my take on the craft as well. So you have to at least a lot of the same foundation that I had, but not expecting you to do it like I do it, or anything like that. And then level 3, level 3 is beyond anything I've ever taught, because I taught level 3 before. Uncle Bert's coming live for some Bree from Florida and Big Shadows from New York. And if you want to jump in the box, you hit one of these little plus things over there, and we'll bring you in the box. And if you're a dickhead, we'll kick you out of the box.
So now that we're done with Hex Fest, and I mentioned it earlier in the live, we've got WitchCon coming up in March. And I'm telling you guys, it's a limited space. There's 1,000 seats to that online. So it is limited. And I think this is the biggest lineup. I mean,
Look,
there's, yeah.
I know you're on there. I'm on there. Witchfoot's on there.
Yep.
One on there.
Jamie, the accessible witch, is on there. Dee Dee, who is trans, will be on there. There's, I think, 5? And the spirit witch will be there.
He landed Kelly? Kelly from the Eye of the Cat's going to be talking about the witch's flying ointment. That's some balls right there.
That's awesome.
That's some balls
Nice.
right there. But your mom always made some serious fucking flying ointment. I'm just saying.
That's awesome.
Who else, Bree, you want to see? Or who I haven't... I didn't know about the accessible witch. I don't even know if I know that.
Yeah, you know her, Jamie. She's actually blind. A lot of people don't realize that, but Jamie, the accessible witch, is legally blind. Dee Dee is trans. I'm queer. There's Witchfoot. There's Birch. So that's 5 of us?
You know what? I'm going to be the rare one in the bunch, as usual.
You're the unicorn.
Yeah, I'm going to be a unicorn. I'm gonna give me a unicorn thing. Put it on my head for my class.
That'd be adorable.
I'll just be all straight faced and act like it's not even there.
You can get one from Sassy Magic.
I could. It probably has glitter on it and everything.
Yeah.
That would fuck with people's heads.
You are the unicorn.
Yep.
People that
That would be absolutely precious.
I'm excited, gonna cry like a bitch.
Okay.
Now, where do we get tickets for WitchCon?
Go to witchcon.com and you can go ahead and register for it.
Should do that ahead of time.
Yeah. And even though you may not make a class at the time that it is live, everybody will have access to every single class. There's 105 presenters.
Ooh, lovely.
And
It
that's
actually,
something.
if you go to every class, I think it works out to be like $2 a class. If you watch every presenter, I mean, you've got Lori Cabot, you've got
Less than $1 per class.
what is her name from The Craft, the movie The Craft?
Yeah,
Cruz.
Rachel True. Yeah, I forgot.
Rachel
she was
True.
there.
Yeah.
She wandered into my friend's
Classy
shop
Magic.
shortly after they opened, and then been meeting the entire community. And she's a reader, so
Yeah.
she's the second person.
Would she, the
professional reader.
character of the shop owner, was that her character? Was the witch shop owner?
No. She was
No,
one
no,
of
no.
the
She
girls.
was the black. She was the black girl in the original Craft.
The swimmer that was being bullied
Yes.
for her hair?
The swimmer.
Right,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love that movie. I swear to God. I was on YouTube the other day, and, not to bring up religion, but everybody who was an ex-witch and then went to Christianity said, because of the craft, I got into this, and I was on drugs and alcohol, and I thought it would be great. And I'm like, well, there's your first mistake. You weren't mentally... Don't face... And it's a great movie. I love that movie. I was like, but you went into it for the wrong reasons? Does that make sense?
Then the same thing happened when Practical Magic came out.
Yeah. Oh, that movie was
All
so
of these
I love that.
gateway movies, and then some of them stick around, some of them don't. There are fads within the craft that have happened many times in my lifetime, and some just stay and some go.
True.
Don't know. And,
Oh, Hocus Pocus is one of my favorites. Like, I mean, that is just absolutely adorable.
Witches of Eastwick is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I have never seen that one, but is that with Sugar in it?
Actually, if you listen, Hollywood is Hollywood, but if you pay attention to like Witches of Eastwick did a wax poppet.
Nice.
The original Craft did a binding spell. The ritual to summons. So there's a gleam of what really happens, but I'm not going to say it's all true because it's not.
Well, in the craft, they had the actual practitioner. They had, what's the name? The one that played the bad witch.
What's your name?
Faru. Shit. God, I used to follow her on Twitter.
Faruma?
Faruza Balk.
Yes.
Faruza Balk
Yes.
was a practitioner. And I think shortly after the movie, she owned the oldest occult store in Hollywood, which was right by our house. I would walk there all the time when we lived in Hollywood. That's after she didn't own it anymore. But then now it turns out Rachel True's a practitioner of some stuff too.
Nice.
So they had some experts on the cast, and they got some stuff right. They are one of those people though that called the corners when casting the circle. That's one of my pet peeves.
They
in craft.
probably researched it from what's your name?
Silver Ravenwolf.
Yes,
yes, that's where they heard it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's kind
Like, have any of you ever done the light as a feather ship as a board as a kid?
As a kid,
Like when we were all in school, I know I tried it. I think we all had. If you were old enough to remember the movie The Craft, I think every one of us was like, ooh, let me see if that works. And then we tried to do the changing the eye color. I was like, yeah, that's...
Yeah.
No.
Well, Bree did that to me at the restaurant. I had like mascara on.
I did.
Some eyebrows.
Glamour.
See what I look like.
I glamored.
Can you bring my new Frankenstein?
Yeah.
I have to take it now.
I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
I can't really see the questions, guys. If you guys have the questions, I can't see them.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to help you out here, too.
So since we're talking about movies that have witchcraft in them, what are some of your favorite movies that have witchcraft or television shows?
I never liked Charm. I don't know why. Does anybody else like the show Charm, like the original?
I never cared for it, but my daughters did.
Nice.
It wasn't my thing. You know, but I do like their book. Supernatural. I actually like the book in Supernatural. You know, so pop culture does play a role in practices nowadays.
That is true. It is. That is so. Oh, let's see.
Yeah,
Halloween Town. I've never seen Halloween Town, but I heard it was good.
yeah.
Practical Magic was great. Spirit World. I've never seen Spirit World. Somebody said it's Spirit World.
The night before, the Nightmare Before Christmas. I love that.
I have that tarot deck. It is so cute.
Yeah.
So cute. I mean, Samhain's almost here. I'm so excited. I was like, I hate this sunshine. I like give me the short days, the long nights, the cold. Just take this pumpkin flavored everything away from me, though. I can't eat the pumpkin flavored everything.
Yeah.
I listen. I ain't gonna lie. I love pumpkin. I love pumpkin season. Pumpkins are one of my spirits. I love them so.
Pumpkin curry was good at the Thai place we went to.
Yeah.
That was good.
Like soon, chicken will be pumpkin. Like I like pumpkin pie. I like a pumpkin flavored little coffee once in a while. But when there comes coffee donuts, coffee scented everything, a pumpkin flavored prime rib. I'm like, y'all need to stop with the pumpkin spice.
And I remember that one.
I remember that one.
They're getting there. Watch, everything will be pumpkin flavored, pumpkin scented. I'm gonna be pumpkined out before even Halloween even gets here, and I'll be like, I'm done with you.
I'm done with you people.
Horror Story Coven was, wrong on a lot of levels, but it was still great. And it was in New Orleans.
American Horror Story. Somebody brought up American Horror Story. That gave me nightmares for weeks. I'm not gonna lie.
I love all of the American Horror Stories, but especially the Coven. That's
I only
my
saw
favorite.
the first season. I only got to see the first. Yeah, I only was able because of my life circumstances at the time.
Well, you got a lot to binge then.
Yep.
I know now. If it's on Netflix or Hulu, I'll watch the hell out of it.
It is.
Used to be on
Nice.
Netflix, I wasn't sure. But I think Hulu, definitely.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna have to hop off of here because I've got some witching to do, and I can't do that on camera.
Me too.
Stay witchy, Bree. Stay witchy.
Guys. Oh, hey, real quick, Birch and guys, I just want to let you know the Witch Talkers Grimoire is still going strong. The sales are doing really good.
Good,
Sweet.
good.
I got mine. Get yours.
All right.
Where do they get it?
You can get it on Amazon. You can go to my page and click my link tree, and it'll take you straight to the grimoire.
Nice. Check out this.
All right.
All
right, guys. Y'all keep witching.
All right. But,
Same, Mama.
Bye. Bye, Jen.
all right. I should go to good to see you, Book Shadows, and all y'all in the chat room. Uncle Birch coming live from New Orleans. I got to get out of here, and hopefully we're getting ready for it to cool down. That's what the weather report thinks. We pray.
You can have some of my weather, honey. It's been cold up in New York for August.
We usually have a lot more rain than we've had. We will get some. All right.
We do.
Yeah.
See you later, guys.
Bless you, everybody.